Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Trust you are doing well. How have you been? Well, I've been well. How are you doing? So just let me know in the comment section how you're doing, how you're faring, especially now that the year is coming to an end. This is November 20th or 19th. I can't even remember what the date is. Thank you so much for watching my last video. I think that has been the highest views I've gotten since I started YouTube. So thank you so much for watching, and if you are seeing this and you're yet to watch my other videos, just do well to go and check and watch. Thank you. So I've been learning a lot about leadership, and well, it's amazing that as they are teaching us about leadership, I'm able to just relate it to myself, to the bosses I've had, to my colleagues. You know, when they talk about something, I will say, this is this person. When they talk about another thing, I will say, this is me. And I said, okay, let me just come and drop one or two because it is good to share. All right. So first thing that I learned about leadership, you can't just call yourself a leader if by the virtue of, say, maybe you're a senior person or you are just leading a team. Yeah, you are leading a team. If you are leading a team, you could be a manager, right? But for you to be a leader, you must be able to influence and make decisions. That's the first thing. Influence, I not negative influence, by the way. By influence, I meant you must be able to rub off on your subordinates, on those that you said you are leading. You must be able to rub off on them. You must be able to take decision by yourself. So let's take it one by one. I think that's where we're just going to dwell on that today. So you must be able to influence your subordinate, and you must be able to make the right decision. So now let's talk about the influence. Maybe in a church, we have a pastor, we have diaconates, we have depending on the denomination. So we have different departments. So now they've selected you as the head of the department. So I don't want us to start even from the CEO or the pastor level. Let's start from our level. So they've elected you to be the head of a department, say ushering department, right? And yeah, they've given you the mandate of the church, what they want to achieve for that particular year. So the responsibility is on you as a leader or somebody they've appointed to be able to cascade this vision down to your subordinates, down to your team members. And how will you do that? It's not by forcing it on them. You yourself, you have to first understand the vision of the vision that's been handed over to you. Once you understand the vision, you'll be able to cascade it down correctly to the people you are leading. And is you by doing what you've learned from that vision, that's how you're going to influence or rub it off on others. Mistake that some people, I don't want to call them leaders now, because if you cannot influence and make decision, you're not a leader. Some managers too is that they tend to force those vision, those what they want to do. They tend to force it on their team members, on their subordinates, which is actually not good. For you to be a good leader, you must be able to interpret the vision, whatever vision you want to work with, and you must be able to rub off on your subordinates directly or indirectly. And most times it's always good to be indirectly, by doing what you know that you want to achieve. That is when your subordinates will pick it up. That's when you will influence them. So when they see you do it, it will be easy for you to even pass on the message to them. And for subordinates, that the head is correct, right? When they see you, the leader, doing something, they will know that, okay, I need to join. And as time goes on, you don't have to remind them on what they need to do before they do it, if you get what I mean. So let me just cite a practical example. Well, I'm aspiring to be a leader, right? There's a difference. If you can be a good manager and a bad leader. So I personally am aspiring to be a leader, right? And sometimes what I do is that I lead by example. I lead by example, and I try to handhold people, not micromanage now. There's a difference between micromanaging and handhold. I try to handhold people for them to be able to deliver on what I want or what the organizations want us to do. And by handholding, I meant, okay, this is what we have to do. I have read it by myself, I have interpreted it, I've asked questions where necessary, and I now have the knowledge of what we're supposed to do. So is that I cascade down to my own subordinates to say, this is what we need to do. Do you have any questions? This is how we're going to do it. Go and do it and let me see it. That's what I do in my own capacity. So for you to be a good leader, you need to be able to interpret that global vision that your employer or the organizations that you're working with, that they've given you, need to be able to interpret it, internalize it, and live it out. It is by living it out that you'll be able to rub it off on your subordinate. So what I've said today is, to be a good leader, you must be able to influence and you must be able to make decisions. And I've really dwelled on influencing. Before you can influence, you need to be able to internalize what the vision is and act it out so you can rub off. You don't have to force your decision on your subordinate. Let them see you live it and they are going to follow suit. All right, so let us stop here today. I think I will just call this leadership series. So I'll tag it leadership series 1 because it's going to be long. I have a long list that I want to talk about. So let us stop here today and let me know what you think in the comment section. How do you think you can be a good leader? Are you a good leader or a manager? Are you a good leader or a manager? You know, manager, like, you just manage. They've given you this thing to manage. You just manage it based on what you want. But a leader, you lead. You know, you lead by example. Can you even lead without serving? Let's think about that. So let's connect in the comment section to talk about it. So I hope I'll be able to do more videos like this in the nearest future. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.